Atom Smasher has smashed his way onto the big screen, which has got a lot of newbies to the character wondering who the heck is that 60-foot tall guy running around? Let me know if you saw Black Adam and what your thoughts were. I'm Adam Andrews with Top 10 Nerd, and this is the top 10 Atom Smasher facts that you need to know. Number 10. His origin. Albert Rothstein was actually a grandson of a tragic supervillain known as Cyclotron. Cyclotron, real name Terry Curtis, was a scientist who was kidnapped by Ultra Humanite. During this time, the villain experimented on Terry and he developed superpowers and was reluctantly forced to fight the Atom and the JSA. He was racked with guilt of having to be a villain, so much so that he sacrificed himself to stop Humanite, saving all the heroes from what would have been a definite demise. Al Pratt, the Atom, took care of Curtis's daughter, Terry, who, with the help of some radiation, passed on her father's abilities to her son, Albert Rothstein, Atom Smasher. Number 9. His powers. Okay, but what the heck are his powers? Well, thanks to exposure to radiation, Atom Smasher is already an incredibly impressive looking guy. He stands at 7 foot 6 inches tall and he is jacked. This guy's bicep is probably bigger than my torso. But his real power is being able to grow even bigger. He has the power of atomic dispersal, meaning he is able to control the distance between his atoms, increasing to anywhere from 28 to 60 feet in height. His mass, durability, strength, speed, and stamina are all increased as well, even more so as he grows larger, and in his early days he even had the ability to become intangible, passing through walls. Although this power hasn't been seen since, so I guess he just kinda lost it? One bigger downside to his ability is that it does hurt quite a bit for him to push his power to the limit, as his bones can sometimes break as he grows. Number 8. Nuklon. Speaking of his earlier days, Albert Rothstein made his superhero debut under a different name than you may think. Initially, Al went by the superhero alias of Nuklon, and he was an original member of the superhero team called Infinity Inc. He first appeared in All-Star Squadron number 25 by Roy Thomas with a red mohawk and a red martial arts headband. He did look kind of cool, I'm not gonna lie, but in that very 80s way. His abilities were very helpful for the team, which got him high up in the world. He eventually ended his experience with Infinity and instead joined the Justice League and became a full-time member. After Rothstein ended his time as Nuklon, he was replaced by fellow Infinity Inc. member Jerome McKenna. If you guys are learning anything from this video, or you just enjoy the content, make sure you drop a like or subscribe here at Top 10 Nerd to show us your support. Everyone could use a little support now and again. Number 7. The JSA. After his time as Nuklon, Albert took on his Atom Smasher name and joined up with the Justice Society of America in JSA number 1 by James Robinson. While he isn't an original member of the team, his godfather, the Atom, absolutely was, and since joining, Atom Smasher has cemented himself as just as important as some of its founding members like Jay Garrick, Alan Scott, and Dr. Fate, with Smasher having hands in some of their biggest stories like Black Rain and World War III. Number 6. His mama. A lot of superheroes suffer from losing their parents. For some, it's an inspiration that got them where they are. For others, it hangs over them like a dark cloud. For Atom Smasher, it's certainly the latter. Atom Smasher actually only lost his mother after he had already been an established hero. This happened at the hands of Cobra, leader of a crazed cult. Atom Smasher almost completely destroyed Cobra for this, but was stopped. So instead, he teams up with someone we're about to talk about and gets his revenge later on. Then, even later on than that, he worked with Metron, the new god, to bring his mother back to life with some time manipulation. Unlike when the Flash did this though, Atom does not tear apart reality with this action. Number 5. Black Adam. Historically, Black Adam is a villain, with more recent stories kind of shifting his place in the world. But one of the ways that shift really started was his interactions with the JSA. Black Adam has fought alongside some of the JSA members, with Adam even joining the team in JSA number 23. But of those members he calls friends, Atom Smasher is probably chief among them. While it started off as a rather rocky relationship, they quickly began to challenge each other and bond over their frustration with the moral stance of the team they both found themselves a part of. Whether or not this was Black Adam manipulating Smasher is up to your opinion, but they eventually both left the JSA to form their own anti-hero team-up. Number 4. Fighting the JSA. Albert and Atom fight their former JSA teammates. The battle ends when the JSA allows Atom to keep Kondak's power as long as he never leaves the country. Albert, on the other hand, stays in Kondak for quite some time, but his friendship with Atom begins to deteriorate. Eventually, the Spectre attacks the country and Albert perishes in the fight. However, Atom revives him with his lightning and sends him back to the JSA After his recovery, he stands trial for his actions and pleads guilty to all charges. Number 3. Squad Up. Thanks to previously going down the darker path alongside Black Adam, Atom Smasher found himself being approached by people with more morally ambiguous intentions. One of which would be Amanda Waller, who oversees Task Force X, aka the Suicide Squad. What's interesting is that Waller approaches Mr. Smasher with leading the squad into a mission directly against Black Adam, with the two one-time allies now being put head-to-head against each other. Of course though, because it's Amanda Waller, this mission was twofold with a secret intention of exposing Osiris, one of Black Adam's family members. Number 2. His redemption. Despite all his running around with Black Adam and the Suicide Squad, it really did not take much for the JSA to take Atom Smasher back on and welcome him back into their ranks. He officially rejoined the JSA in Justice Society of America Volume 3, number 23 by Jeff Johns, and quickly put any doubts to rest about how he would perform given his recent issues, as they go after Black Adam yet again after he steals the power of Shazam. After bringing down Black Adam and convincing the anti-hero to give up his power, probably one of Al's most heroic feats, Atom Smasher has stayed on the team ever since and is probably one of their most notable members, even if he just kind of is there in the background for the most part. We should probably change that, DC. Just saying. And number 1, the movie. The biggest and most recent thing for this character right now would have to be his debut in the DC Expanded Universe or the DC Film Universe. Atom Smasher is played by Noah Centineo in the DCEU's Black Adam movie, and from what I've heard, he is actually really well liked. He stands alongside other members of the JSA in the film, including Hawkman, played by Aldous Hodge, Cyclone, played by Quintessa Swindell, and of course Dr. Fate, played by Pierce Brosnan. In the comics, Atom Smasher is a man and a fully developed superhero, but according to the actor in Black Adam, Atom Smasher is still a young man who is only just getting his first taste of what it means to be a superhero, making him much more interesting as he is in a sort of transitional period from kid to heroic adult. Alrighty nerds, that's all I've got for you today. This is Top 10 Nerd, I'm Adam Andrews, stay safe out there, and peace out you lovely human beings. Alright, let's do this and I can just talk for 15 minutes straight. Thanks to exposure to radiation, Atom Smasher initially, Al went by the superhero alias, whoa, I'm falling over, kind of shifting his place in the world, but Albert and Adam fought, but his friendship with Adam begins to deteriorate. Yeah, I said that right, cool.